Hello guys, and then welcome to yet another session. Now, this session is actually an outlook session and then a forecast session. So, what we're trying to do basically, since this is Monday, we're trying to look at okay, how did the market open, and then what opportunities can we look out for the week? Do you understand? So we basically know okay what price has done, and then we know what we can look forward to. Do you get? So that's what we're going to be doing. We'll start with major currency pairs and then we'll look at some other currency pairs. And we'll start with AUD because today AUD actually made it personal. We actually jump on the trade on AUD and then it like fucked us up. So we'll start with major currency pairs. I'll start with AUD NZUSD, GBP,
Welcome to use
USD,
Zero Forex.
and then we
Bluetooth.
dive into the rest. Please mute yourself if you're making any noise. Do you get? So that's what we're going to do. And for those that will be watching this video on YouTube later, please do well to like and subscribe to the page. And then you can check the description of the video for a link to actually jump on our group or join our group here. We actually drop these signals and then host these sessions from time to time. So we start with AUD USD. Network is kind of shit. It's a problem we're facing. So we start from the 4 hour time frame. So I'm analyzing this from a perspective of a day trader. That's why I'm starting from the 4 hour time frame. So if you look at the 4 hour time frame on this AUD USD chart, we'd see that price actually pushed up to create a higher high, a higher low, and then a higher high here, a higher low, and then another higher high. And then price broke to the downside. At this point where price broke to the downside now, we basically pushed up. And then now we're pushing up to basically create a lower low. Now, I want to highlight something. You see where price you see where price broke to the downside here. At this point, this market actually stopped being an uptrend and then the market actually shifted to a downtrend. So that's why I'm saying that, okay, currently we have lower low and then price is pushing up for a lower high and then we continue to the downside. Hope you guys are getting the idea. So on our directional time frame now, we know that price is actually headed to the downside. So now let's look at the 1 hour time frame and then see what opportunities we can actually get. So this is the 1 hour time frame. And as you can see on the 1 hour time frame, you see that price actually created like a higher high here. We broke to the downside and then we shifted basically and then created this lower low. And then price has actually been retracing back up. Now, currently I cannot jump on any cells. What I would like to see before I jump on any cells is some sort of shift on this 1 hour time frame. It's not like I want to see it again. Do you understand? But then let me show you guys what happened today. So price created lower low. We pushed up and then we tried to create a lower high here. We pushed down, we did not push the downside completely, and then we broke above. That's one way to look at it. Now, the other way to look at it is that price actually created a lower low, and then now it's pushing up to create a lower high. So in that case, now maybe I'll be looking to like bring in something like my Fibonacci. So from here to here. And you can see that price has not tapped the 0.618 yet. So what I can be looking to see is that whenever price taps this 0.618, I'll drop to the 5 minutes time frame to look for what? A shift in market structure. What I mean by that is once price taps this 0.618, I'll drop to the 5 minutes time frame. One sec, let me drop to the 5 minutes time frame. I'll drop to the 5 minutes time frame to look at something like this or to look for something like this, something where price taps here and then I see some sort of shift in market structure. Now, if I see that shift in market structure, I'll highlight the 5 minutes support onto resistance and then wait for price to come back, hit it, and then I jump on the sell. Once immediately it comes back to retest, I'm going to jump on the sell and then anticipate that whole push to the downside. So that's basically what I'm going to be looking out for on AUD USD. So currently, I'm going to wait and then see if price actually taps that 0.618 level on a 1 hour time frame before I decide to jump on any sell. So that's what I have on AUD USD. Let's look at NZD USD. Can you guys hear me? Are you guys with me? Please, if you can hear me, drop an emoji in the chat section. Let me know if you guys are with me.
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So let's continue. Now, this is NZD USD, but then this is on the 1 hour time frame. So we're not just going to start on the 1 hour time frame. We'll dive to the 4 hour time frame and then take a look at what the price action is. The 4 hour time frame is basically our directional time frame. That's what's giving us an idea of whether we should actually look to buy or if we look to sell. So let's jump on the 4 hour time frame. So now on the 4 hour time frame, we see that price was actually pushing up. We created a higher high here, a higher low, a failure to create a higher high, and then price actually shifted. You see this move to the downside here, it's actually broke these levels here to the downside. Multiple bodies of candlestick closed below it. So at this point, we shifted. Now price created a lower low, a lower high. Because if you look at this, in as much as the wicks actually passed these highs here, no body of candlesticks actually closed above, so it was not a break. So we created a lower high, and then now we're pushing down, or we have pushed down to create a lower low, and then price is retracing back up a lower high. Do you get? So in this case, we are bearish, so we'll be looking at what? Sell opportunities. So let's jump on the 1 hour time frame and then see where we can get those sell opportunities. Now, this is the 1 hour time frame. But then if you look at this, you see that we have very interesting price action on this time frame. Now, price actually broke to the downside here. We created a lower low. This low here was lower than this. This was a lower low. Price created a lower low, a lower high. Now, price pushed to the downside. We failed to create another lower low, but then we came back up to what? Break above. And then now, see what we got here. We have price breaking above this level here. So now the market on this 1 hour time frame is more or less changing to an uptrend. But since the 4 hour time frame is actually bearish, we're still going to be leaning towards sell opportunities. So how are we going to get those sell opportunities? That's actually the $1 million question. So this is what we're going to do. So we'll be waiting for this 1 hour time frame to shift to a downtrend. So since we have like higher high here, I'll be looking to see something like a higher low. Price fails to create a higher high and then breaks it to the downside. Something like this. Now, once price breaks it to the downside, I'll be looking at price coming back to retest that whole 1 hour support onto resistance. Once it retest, I'll be looking to sell and then anticipate that whole drop to the downside. Now, what if price doesn't break and then price continues going to the upside? If price actually continues going to the upside, yeah, let's say price actually creates this higher high, higher low, and then we break above and create another higher high. Eventually, the 4 hour time frame too is going to change to what? An uptrend. So the moment it changes to an uptrend, at that point, I can start looking for buy opportunities on this 1 hour time frame. So for now, I'll still lean towards sales, anticipating that at some point, this 1 hour time frame will change to what? A downtrend. Maybe whenever price taps like a 4 hour zone that's actually strong, it will change to a downtrend. Then I can actually look for what? Sell opportunities. But if it doesn't happen, then if the market actually shifts on the 4 hour time frame, then I'm actually going to be looking for buy opportunities in that case. So that's what I'm basically looking out for on this currency pair and then on this time frame. Do you guys have any questions? So in the absence of any questions, we'll actually look at. Oh, let me see. I think someone dropped something in the chat. I came late. So we're basically doing analysis we've done for AUD/USD and then NZD/USD. And I'm going to send a link to this video later so you can actually watch it. No worries. So let's look at the 4 hour time frame on this gold. So let me drop this down here. So this is the 4 hour time frame of gold. Now, gold has been crazy, to be honest. And I'm not going to lie, it has been liquidating a lot of people. And I feel like if you have not even been seeing trades on gold, then gold is actually even doing you a favor. But then let's actually jump on it and then see what we can find. Now, if you look at this, we see that the most recent price action on this is leaning towards a bullish market price action. So we have like a higher high, higher low, failure to create a higher high, higher low, failure to create higher low, higher high, higher low, failure to create a higher low, higher high, higher low, failure to create, then we have a higher low, then another higher high, and then price has actually created a higher low and then it's pushing back up. So to a certain level, we're leaning towards buys. Do you understand? That's one way you can look at it. The other way now is that no, I cannot say this market is actually ranging here. We're actually leaning towards buys. We're actually in a bullish market in this case. So now let's jump on the 1 hour time frame and then see if we can actually jump on any buy opportunities. So this is the 1 hour time frame. Now the key thing with this 1 hour time frame is that price is creating higher high, Price now actually creates higher low in this case. It actually broke below this level. Now price came back and then failed to create like lower high, lower low. It created lower high, but then not create lower low. Now price has pushed up to create this side. Now if you look at this side, bodies of candlestick actually closed above the most recent high. So in this case, the market has actually shifted on this 1 hour time frame. Now if you look at this, we've had higher high, higher low, and then now price is pushing up forward, another higher high. Now remember, the 4 hour time frame is leaning towards buys. So on this time frame, we'll be looking for buys too. Do you understand? How are we going to take that buy? What we're going to do in this case is wait for price to actually break above this resistance level. Now, once price breaks above this resistance level, it will actually push up like this. I can decide to bring in my Fibonacci, plot it from this whole where this move started to wherever the move ends, or I can bring in like my support on to resistance or my support on to resistance. But then what that means is that once price breaks above, I'll be looking at price retracing to stop somewhere before what continuing the trend. Do you understand? So in this case, I'll be looking at Fibonacci. Price break above, come back, tap the 0.618 level, then we will get it back to the upside. That's what I'm looking out for. So I've looked at the two currency pairs that I trade constantly. So from here now, I'm going to dive into Euro USD, GBP USD, and then the other major currency pairs. I think someone sent something in the comments. Oh, okay. Okay, thanks, sir. No worries, you're welcome. So let's jump and then look at Euro USD. All these currency pairs basically have this almost the same price action. It's actually crazy. So this is Euro USD. If we look at Euro USD, you see that price has actually been pushing up. We created a higher high, a higher low, and then an equal high, a higher low. Then price created a higher high, and then we shifted structure. Currently, price has created a lower low and then it's retracing. Do you understand? We have not actually tapped like a level where price maybe wants to sell to the downside. But then we have to break it down to the lower time frame so we can get those buy opportunities before the move started. So actually was dropped to the 1 hour time frame. Now, this is the 1 hour time frame. If you look at this, you see that price actually shifted structure. We created lower low, and then the market is actually retracing back up. So if I plot my Fibonacci, in this case, I'm going to plot it from the most recent high to the most recent low. As you can see, price has not actually tapped the 0.618. So what I'm going to be looking out for before I jump on a sell or any sell is that price will tap 0.618, then I sell from there to what? The downside. That's basically what I'm looking out for on Euro USD. So let's take a look at GBP USD. Nah, this is crazy. Like all these currency pairs basically have the same price action. If not the same, they have like almost similar price actions. So if you look at this price action here, we have price actually creating a higher high, a higher low, an equal high, then the market actually shifted. Because price actually broke this low to the downside and shifted. So we created lower low, lower high, and then now I've created another lower low, and then price is pushing up to create what? A lower high. So now in this case, or in this market condition, we're going to be looking for what? Sell opportunities. Do you get? That's what we're going to be looking at for. So what we'll do now is break it down to the 1 hour time frame and then see where exactly we can jump on that sell. Now, if we jump on the 1 hour time frame, we see that the most recent price action is showing us that price actually created this high, then we broke below and then created the lower low, and then now it's retracing back up. Same thing I did for the other time frame. Sorry, for the other currency pairs. I'm actually going to plot my Fibonacci from the most recent high to the most recent low. And as you can see, price has not actually tapped toward the 0.618 yet. Are you guys getting the whole idea? So once price taps the 0.618 level, I might drop to the lower time frame to look for that whole confirmation before I jump on the trade, or I might approach it aggressively. But then that's basically what I'm looking out for. Price tap here, then I get my sell opportunity and then ride it to the downside. That's basically what I'm looking out for. Is there any other currency you want me to take a look at before we call it a day?
Fine stuff. I don't
Huh?
know if it's this. It's just use Android app.
Can you guys hear me at all? Is there any currency pair you guys want me to take a look at before we call it a day?
NZD USD.
I've already looked at NZD USD. Like I said, I'm going to send a link to this video later. You can actually watch it. I'll paste it and then you actually watch it. So Joel is saying yes. Is it that you're saying that you have another currency pair you want me to take a look at? So what do you do in a situation whereby market shift structure? Do you follow the new market structure immediately? If it actually shifts on the 4 hour time frame, I'm actually going to follow it immediately. Do you understand? But if it's on like the 1 hour time frame and the 4 hour has not shifted, I'm not going to follow it immediately. So the 4 hour time frame for me as a day trader is my directional time frame. Whatever it does, I actually follow it immediately. So if it shifts to an uptrend, I follow it. If it shifts to a downtrend, I follow it. So you as a trader, first of all, you have to figure out, okay, which type of trader you are. Then you figure out which time frame is actually your directional time frame. Now, that's the time frame that you pay attention to. If that time frame actually changes to a range, you change. If it changes to an uptrend, you change. If it changes to a downtrend, you change, basically. That's basically it. Any other questions? Do you guys have any other questions before we call it an evening? Oh, okay, 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 okay. Nice one, nice one, nice one, nice one. Yeah, so I'm going to be posting this video also on YouTube so you can look to watch it. And then please don't forget to like and then subscribe. And right now I'm back in business and then I'm active. So I'm going to be dropping a lot of signals on the group. If you're not in the group, please use the link that I'll drop. I'm going to send the link for those that are on the session now. So you can actually use the link to like jump on the group. And then for those that will be watching this video on YouTube, just check the description of the video. I'm actually going to paste the link to the group. So now this is where we're going to be doing most of our sessions. I'm going to be pasting the link to the sessions here, and then I'm going to be dropping a lot of signals here. Honestly, we have to make money this year. At least one of us guys buy land this year. You get the vibe. So, in the absence of any other thing, we'll basically call it a day. You guys should have a very wonderful evening ahead and then a very wonderful trading day. Okay, someone said, can you talk about how to be disciplined? It's my biggest problem. So, to be honest, yeah, I'm not going to lie. Discipline is not just one word. We cannot just say, oh, be disciplined, and then you're disciplined. There are a lot of things that come together to actually make you disciplined. Do you understand? So first of all, what I'll tell you is we need to actually figure out what exactly you're going through, like how you're trading or what your trading process looks like. Do you understand? Then I know where you're actually falling short and then I can offer solutions. So here's what I'm going to do for you. So within this week, I think maybe so tomorrow is Tuesday. So tomorrow by, let's say 6 p.m., I would actually host like a free 45-minute session with you, and then we'll discuss what your trading looks like, and we'll see where the problem is coming out from, and then we actually sort out that problem. If that's something cool with you, hit me up, and then we'll actually schedule it. Okay, good. No worries. No worries then. No worries then. No worries. So yeah, guys, have a very wonderful evening. Take care of yourselves. Have a very wonderful trading day ahead. And whatever it is, anything that I see, I'll drop it for you guys. And I think by the end of the week, we'll still review all the trades we take, and then we'll still review all the opportunities we missed here. So have fun, guys. Take care. Catch you guys in our next session.